Days after the murder of two teachers and two 14-year-old students at Appalachia High School in Georgia, J.D. Vance weighed in on what could be done to stop the epidemic of school shootings. He said gun laws were not going to solve the problem.
I don't like that this is a fact of life, but if you are a psycho and you want to make headlines, you realize that our schools are soft targets, and we have got to bolster security at our schools.
Vance's cold, matter-of-fact, and honestly heartless response is reminiscent of Donald Trump's reaction to a school shooting in Perryville, Iowa, 36 hours after it happened.
It's a very terrible thing that happened, and it's just horrible to see that happening. That's just horrible. So surprising to see it here. But we'll have to get over it. We have to move forward. We have to move forward.
Back with me, Basil Smikle, Tim O'Brien, and Molly Jong-Fast. I just want to throw it out there for you guys. Here's Donald Trump speaking behind a bulletproof glass at a rally in Asheboro, North Carolina on August 21st. So he doesn't have to get over it. He gets to be behind a bulletproof glass. Our 14-year-olds, our children, our fourth graders, no bulletproof glass for them. They just have to get over it. It's a fact of life.
I was 12 years old. I was shot by a 14-year-old in front of my school. Gun violence has been present in my life for almost all my life. I lost many of my friends growing up to gun culture. So screw you if you think this is a fact of life that I should just get over tomorrow. There's a whole generation of school student growing up right now having to deal with the threat of somebody coming into their schoolroom and killing their friend, themselves, their friends, or their teachers. And if you consider the Parkland shooting and how those young people became active immediately after that shooting occurred and started lobbying elected officials of Congress to get rid of guns, that's the kind of culture of civic engagement that we should be promoting. But Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are saying, hey, you know what? Just get over it. Well, screw you in that mindset. We are drunk off of guns in this country. And I think it takes someone like Kamala Harris, hopefully, Kamala Harris, to be able to say, look, I've dealt with a lot of people in my career who've had a lot of issues with guns, and we've got to figure out a way to get them out of our culture.
Yeah, imagine being somebody like J.D. Vance, who demands that women give birth to as many kids as possible. He always calls them kids. But then says, you know, if those kids get shot dead at school, sucks for them.
And you'll see, I mean, Heritage Foundation Project 2025, if you go to that website, everything is about regulating IVF. They are desperate to regulate IVF, but not guns. And look, the reality is there's really no other country that lives like this.
There is none.
We have gun violence like
Yemen.
Yemen, compared to, but everywhere else, you know, England, France, Canada, Mexico, you know, they don't have kids. And the other thing is that we are re-traumatizing students, right? We have these kids who are they are dealing with the possibility of getting shot in school. They are doing these drills, you know, all the time. These drills are super traumatic. And, you know, it's just when I grew up, we didn't have these drills because we didn't have as many guns. And we had a automatic, you know, we had a ban on these certain kinds of guns.
Absolutely.
And that
Joe Biden pushed through the Senate. And let me play the other thing that they show. And by the way, it's re-traumatizing me as a mom. Because my kids, starting in third grade, had to have these drills, and they had to show us the park where we would pick up our kids if there was a school shooting in Broward County, Florida. And it was traumatizing to me as well to be like, my babies would, if they don't show up, that means they're dead. And we're re-traumatizing families, and Republicans are like, nah, it doesn't matter. Here's Ted Cruz at the NRA convention in Houston 3 days after the Uvalde massacre, where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed. Here's Ted Cruz.
Tragedies like the events of this week are a mirror, forcing us to ask hard questions, demanding that we see where our culture is failing. Looking at broken families, absent fathers, declining church attendance, social media bullying. It's a lot easier to moralize about guns and to shriek about those you disagree with politically. But it's never been about guns.
Oh, go to Cancun, man. There is a father in the home of this kid. Colt Gray, 14-year-old, who's charged with 4 counts of felony murder. His father, Colin Gray, is now charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children in the second degree. Why? Because he bought the AR-15 for the kid, even though he knew that the FBI had noticed there was something wrong with this kid. And so the father in the home actually caused the problem.
And there's a precedent for this in Michigan, with the Crumleys. And I think this is a good development. If parents were giving their kids a crack pipe or subjecting their children to any kind of outlandish dangers and then washing their hands of it, we would say, no, we're going to hold you accountable. That, as everything around guns, this kind of accountability is way too late.
Yeah.
But I think if you have guns at home, if you have automatic weapons at home, if you're giving them to your child as a Christmas present, and then you're not locking the weapons up, and you have a child who's troubled and has had a pattern of trouble at school, then you should be culpable. And this idea that you'll mete out capital punishment on 14-year-olds and let the parents skate is part of this larger pattern, I think, of the GOP being willing to say, this exists out in the ether. It's part of the culture. Thoughts and prayers.
He's got to live with it. Thoughts and prayers. Not the time to talk politics.
It's really bad, but we just won't pass rational, sane, constructive gun control laws. And we won't hold relevant stakeholders responsible, whether it's the gun manufacturers or the parents or local politicians who have a responsibility to ensure the safety.
And by the way, the local politicians, the politicians on the Republican side who run for office firing guns as if they're, doing an ad for the Klan, and who then turn around and say, oh, thoughts and prayers, and then put a Bible verse in school or put the 10 Commandments in school.
Well, even when their own gets shot at a congressional baseball game, they don't care.
There's it's part of the culture. Let's note really quickly that North Carolina was supposed to be voting as of today. They are now not, to change topics here, because absentee ballots are delayed because RFK Jr. has managed to get off the ballot. Talk about bad timing. He got out of the race because he wanted to help Trump, but then he didn't realize, you actually got to get off the ballot. He's gotten off in this one. I don't know what's going to happen in some of these other states. Your thoughts? I think Michigan Appeals Court has reversed their earlier rulings, saying his name should also come off the ballot there. How does this impact the campaign?
Well, look, I'm just thinking to myself, my God, he's only endorsed Donald Trump so Donald Trump can send him to go do this stuff. Pretty much. Look,
because he has worms in his brain.
Is that tequila worms in his brain? Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure they're tequila worms. I think they're just worms. Regular old schmegular worms.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely a problem because this is a point in time when the Harris campaign needs to get their base out. It's really all about their base. So
absolutely.
This is a concern.
Yeah, it is a concern because his voters are anti-vaxxers. They're basically her voters.
Exactly.
They're Trump's voters. Okay.